right, part 3. So I'm going to go into here and go to my duck. So I'm doing what they call a large from my library. So we have different ones. Here's large end caps left. So if you want to do an end cap, some people like to do the horizontal breaks. So here is some small to large. So just depending upon like what you're trying to build your graphic to look like. There's all kinds of different things for you to use. Here's our horizontal. So what I like to do is I like to expand it so that way when I'm trying to align everything, it makes it a lot easier to look on the lines. So for instance, on this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do Control D, and I'm going to duplicate this. So one thing is when you get to this point, how do you go and you match up the lines? So to get where it gets a finer scroll into it, you push Control and your up and down arrows, and it'll move it up just that little bit of a fraction. Believe it or not, a lot of people do not know this step. So for this one, like I said, we're just going to make something real simple for this graphic, and then we can build upon it, add more detail, add whatever you'd like. So here we go. Here's our base for our air handler. So let's say, for instance, this particular unit has an outside air damper and maybe a block damper for the return, where they're modulating between the two. And an easy way to show that is to grab a Y. So here is our end ductwork, which is what I'm looking for. And then here's our Y left and Y right. So like I said, I like to expand it, make it to where it's a little bit easier to maneuver. Come here, go up. See how the line is not quite there? I'm going to do Control, up once, there we go. And it lines up perfectly. Then we'll take a Y horizontal. I don't want to do the ends, I want to do go. Do my quick expanding. Go down. See how I'm off by a little bit? Come up. There we go. And we're going to take this, come up one. Now we've built upon it a little bit more. Now for this, let's say we just want to do a break. So we'll go up and we'll look for, instead of an end, we're going to look for the break. Here's small break. Where's my large break? I'll look for it later. But let's go ahead and just put it for right here for right now. So what we want to do is we want to take this coil and put this coil inside this ductwork. But since we've already built all this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick highlight over, right click on it, and I'm going to reorder to the bottom, meaning that everything that we're going to build will fit above it and it will show in the graphic. So here we go. Here's our chilled water coil. And if you don't want to have a border, you can literally pull the border out and not have it. It's fine. You could do it to where it mouses over. So when you mouse over, it'll outline or highlight. Meaning, I'll show you. So that way, let's get out of edit mode. And when you come over, it'll do this. So that way, when you right click, let's say you want to do an override. So you can do emergency override and do 100%. Now, the one thing I will tell you is there's another step in this. So now that we've done overridden the point, but we want to be able to know that it's been overridden and that it's not normal mode. So what you can do is you can do either the status effect, which you can do color. Then what I like to do is define my foreground, because when you animate, let's say you go into a black background and you want the letters to always be white or black, just depending upon how you want to do it. I'm going to show some other things that you can also do with temperatures and set points and things. So let's say, for instance, we want this to be negative INF, positive INF, and it's always going to be black no matter what happens. So bam, now the background, because it's overridden, is going to be purple. That way the customer knows if they did something that it's going to show up, and they'll know that it's overridden when they log in. And they can put it back in auto, and it'll go back to what its reading was before. So that's part 3.